Okay, Virginia at Work podcast. We're picking it back up again with Adam Linkenauger with I Love Basketball, as well as Lynda McNutt Foster with Cortex Leadership Consulting. And we want to start kind of where we left off, which was talking about breaking trust and what the effects are. Lynda, you train people all the time and you help them get their businesses up and off the ground and running smoothly. What do you see when people
The number one thing you see in a business is disengagement. And you see a lot of drama.
Oh, yes.
So when you're seeing a lot of unproductive sort of behaviors going on, people calling in sick, meetings being stagnant, projects being stuck, it's trust. It's trust. It's those micro interactions and those conversations and communication that's going on that says to the other person, I really don't trust them, so I need to micromanage them. I need to check up on everything they're doing. They're not reliable. They said they cared about me, but then my mother died, and they didn't even give me enough time off to sort of deal with the estate. And, you know, it's those type of things that at the bottom of it, it's trust.
And Adam, for you, tell me in the 9 years you've done this, what have you seen that has broken trust and some no-nos, especially for you with an online business?
Absolutely. So when it comes to an online community, I feel like the baseline's Facebook. It's kind of like we look at a Facebook page or Facebook group, kind of like what we have with I Love Basketball. And the biggest no-no is making the mistake of thinking that those million fans are mine. They love Adam. Because that's not the case. So what I mean by that is they clicked like. They made that transaction, the way I like to look at it. They clicked like because they say, I love basketball too, and I want to be part of that community. So a big mistake a lot of page owners will make is I'll put up a picture of me walking my dog. Or put up, you know what I mean? And put up, you know, my thoughts of the political debate. Or something of that order. They make their fan page and their community about them, when the community has showed and said, I like this for the reason of what this page is supposed to be about. So all of our posts and all of our information will always remain about the topic that they let us know from the get-go that they liked, which in this case is I Love Basketball. The second biggest mistake is selling. No one hops on Facebook because they want to go buy something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't say, hey, I want, you know, I'm car shopping. I'm going to go on Facebook and see what car I want to buy, you know.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is no one's going to go to your fan page and try to buy from you. What you want to do and what you need to do is you need to extract the fans that are most interested in training with you by sending them to your website, and ideally like a mailing list of something like that sort. That's where you sell. You never sell on social media. That's just, it's going to leave a very negative effect for the 99% of people who have no interest in buying from you.
What have you seen over the years that worked? What have you done to like intentionally do to build that trust? And what have you maybe done that you're like, ooh, that didn't work?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you know, you go back to selling, you see, hey, I've got 1 million fans. If I put out an offer for something, you know, a lot of them are going to probably take it. And what we found is that's not the case. You know, honestly, with the first time we put out an offer, I mean, I don't even remember the numbers. It was literally, I could count the sales on my hands, you know, out of 1 million or so people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right? And then you look at the comments, I was like, you know, you think like maybe people aren't seeing this. Then you look at the comments and you've got 1,000 negative comments saying, oh, wow, they're selling out. This is a community for basketball. Why, you know, it's, you know, they're trying to make a business out of it and stuff like that. That was a very negative response. And it goes back to listening at that point.
Yeah.
So, you know, everything that we've done over the 9 years, we've tried everything. But the beauty of building a community is they have no problem giving you the information that you need, and they have no problem telling you when you're right and when you're wrong. It's just a matter of not having the ego to not listen or to push them out.
Mm-hmm. Listening to both of you, too, I think, I hate to think this, but there might be a CEO out there or a higher level management person who kind of really just wants the bottom line of money. But I think that if they are not genuinely thinking about their people and they're not worrying about trust, If anything, they should, just because it's going to harm the company's going to fall through.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, leaders have to focus on the bottom line or nobody has a job. And so this is the hardest thing. To build the company, if you're not watching those numbers on the bottom line, if you're not watching cash flow, you don't make payroll, right? And so the number one thing CEO needs to do is keep the doors open and make sure he or she knows the numbers and gets that done. And the balance between, wow, I've got to really focus on task, get this done, make this happen, and oh, I've got to really take care of the people too. It's a skill, it's a timing thing, it's knowing, okay, I need to lean into this bottom line right now, but oh, now I'm trying to convey a message. I need to slow that down a little bit more, have more heart in that. And I'm going to tell you what, it's hard. It's hard, and the admiration that I have to the clients that I coach to be able to do it and do it successfully with major companies is just something I marvel at every single day, because it's a talent, it's a skill, and it's an intention to be able to think strategically, speak effectively, and act intentionally when it comes to building a business and building that with trust and keeping the engagement going. And then, oh yeah, by the way, your customers.
Exactly.
So
make money.
Yeah, how do you do this online thing and keep that trust built externally, internally, and honestly, get a vacation?
Right, which was our last topic. Yes. Balance. It's very important. Do you have balance?
Me personally, no, not a lot. But,
good thing we didn't have you on earlier.
I picked the guest for a reason. This man is a machine. He's awesome at what he's been able to do.
But it's funny, when I think balance, we put people in place. Their job is to take care of the community. Their job isn't to sell. Then we have our group of people whose job is to bridge the people that are within that community and put them in a sales position based off of their interest level. So there are people within our community who will never buy a thing from us, the majority of them. And that's okay, because they're our biggest advocates. They get enough value from the community itself that they're growing, and they're bringing in more people for us that will eventually become customers, because they're more interested in really taking that more personal and direct approach to basketball and getting better.
They're like your marketers.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I bet it's like with Betsy. Do you feel like you work any day? Does
Never.
It feel like, yeah. That's the thing, is that the leaders who are so successful, I mean, we just wake up every day and it doesn't feel like work. That's why we can run to burnout, because every day we walk up with this new idea and this exciting thing, and you're working towards your outcome. And man, it's just the most challenging, exciting thing to toggle between those things I was talking about.
Absolutely. Okay, again, Adam Linkenauger with me, as well as Lynda McNutt Foster, talking about the topic of building a community of trust. We want to leave you with this thought, which is, how are you as a leader, a manager in your company, how are you jeopardizing that trust? We'll get to that